What's going on, guys? Buckeye here. Buckeye here. And today we're doing the 6th Q&A. In the first Q&A we had us three, so I kind of wanted to bring that back again for this one. And it's just us.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first question is from Coffee Films. Did you fail No Nut November? Starting off with a bang. Did you guys fail No Nut November?
Because it's a bang.
Yes.
That's a pun.
I did.
I didn't participate. Is that one of those things the kids are doing called mams?
Memes?
Memes.
Memes?
I think
they're
that's
called memes.
Memes.
Big boy.
Minis.
Yes. The next question is from Dorkazoid. What were your first impressions of each other when you first met?
Sean and I met real early, and we met.
We met at
like a block party, and we hit it off. And we used to bring.
We hit it off when we were 5 years old.
Yeah,
okay.
you can hit it off when you're 5 years old.
Yeah,
We used to bring his SpiderMan toys onto the bus, and just play with little SpiderMan action figures.
What about you? I think we all met in kindergarten, but you guys met later. You just kind of came to my house.
Yeah.
And we're like,
I remember that day. I was like,
I don't.
Hi, my name is Sam. I moved here. I need friends.
I thought he was a loser, so I was like, nah.
I met Sam when we did our first movies that weren't good or well done.
I mean, our new ones aren't good either.
I mean, they're
well-ish done.
They're better done than when you had like a camcorder and like my iPod. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like we have a legit script, so like
Yeah.
whatever. So that's how I met Sam.
we didn't have any of these
Fun lights that
this.
you don't see.
Yes. 2 questions from Red Block Films. This first one is, what do you think you would be doing if you weren't making fan films?
Normal high schooler stuff. I would actually be doing what I normally do, and I'd be working. I'd be going to the movies. Be crying a lot, which I already do. I would just take the space where I make fan films, and I would add more crying and going to movies into it, which are the 2 things I do mainly.
Yeah.
I can't tell you which I do more of. That's hard. Anyway,
because you do go to the movies a lot. Also from Red Block, how old were you guys when you first met?
We
all 5.
more or less answered that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question.
I was probably in like 3rd grade.
But I'm the oldest out of all of us.
Yes. Questions from Alex Salty. He asks, have you guys ever gotten into any fights before?
Physical or like?
Verbal. Both. Let's go both.
Both, yeah.
Yes. Me and you a lot.
Yeah, when we were
Both.
young.
Yeah.
I mean, also, back to our original movies, you and Sam got into like a humongous fight. This is a real story. You two got into a big fight about who was gonna kill, I think it was the Dark Lord?
The Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord.
In our first movie that we made on his iPod.
I was the Dark Lord, and they're like, we have to kill him. And they're like, okay. And then Sam's like, I'm gonna kill him. And Sean's like, no, I'm going to kill him. And then, like, Sean's like, I'm gonna kill him because it's my movie. And Sam's like, it's my iPad. You can't make it without it. And Sean's like, well, then leave my house. And Sam's like, I will then. And so I got stuck just saying, you can both kill me. And they're like, shut up, Peter. And then, like, half hour later, Sean's like, hey, Sam, what if we both kill him? And I went, whatever.
That's probably, I don't remember, but that's probably exactly what happened.
Relatively from my memory of it.
Jerry Gonzalez, what games do you guys play? I don't know.
Nothing but Fortnite.
I'm not gonna list all of them.
Fortnite.
Me too.
Me too.
I'm not gonna list all of them. Let's just go with like, what's our favorite game? My favorite game's Last of Us.
Ever played?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm not a big gamer.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed. I know this is like a real weird game. I played Diablo. Has anyone ever played Diablo? That's pretty fun. It's not like I've finished the games. I played like 1 or 2 levels at like someone else's house because I don't really game a lot. I've played Uncharted before. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, same developers as
Last of Us. So like the graphics for both are pretty dang good.
How about you?
I
Favorite
like
game?
every game but Fortnite.
Yeah. Coffee Films. This is for Peter.
Oh,
how would you fix the DCEU?
You do a 3-step plan, and it's going to be really simple. First, you work on your trailers. Second, you give more control to the individual directors and less control to the studios. You look at a Tarantino film, he controls who he gets, what he wants, how things are settled. The studio is there to be the studio, not to interfere with the movies. And that's why Tarantino's movies are good, because they're controlled by the director and how he wants it. Same thing with Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del Toro will go out of his way to fund his own movies with his own personal money as long as he gets the vision that he wants. The problem with the DCEU is that Warner Brothers keeps cutting and removing and taking things away and not spending enough time. Now, you look at the Marvel Universe, and whether you care about, like, the humor or the characters, it doesn't matter. You look at the basics, Marvel takes time to set things up. They take time to create films, they take time to introduce characters. DC was a mad scramble. Man of Steel was legitimately a good step in the sense of how it was made. Batman v Superman's problem is it immediately rushed into trying to throw more characters and more things into this universe that had one movie in it. Same thing with Suicide Squad. It was like, look, here's more stuff. Look at the stuff, but it doesn't mean anything. What makes Wonder Woman good is it stepped back and said, here, let's look at the character, let's look at these important things, and then Justice League was like, hey, look at all this stuff again. And lastly, stop saying you're gonna make movies in 20 years. Stop saying oh, we've announced another Harley Quinn film. No, just focus on one thing at a time. Don't try to create a bunch of stuff in the future. Focus on your movies now. In all honesty, the DCU has a lot of very good components for it. It's just they're not utilized correctly. The casting is on par with Marvel. I would argue, while there have been some mess-ups that you can be that wasn't the best casting choice, there are good things that need to be utilized better in the DCU. And that's how I'd fix it.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Cool. This question's from Bald Eagle Pictures. What is the best memory you guys have had with each other?
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. They've all been really bad. I hate you.
3 years ago, we had a Halloween party. And there was a bunch of people from the group.
When I first met all of them.
Yeah, and it was the first time he met all these people that you see in the movies and stuff. And it was just a really great party. That's my favorite memory of everyone.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
Tank the Tank asks, do you have any hobbies? They haven't changed from last Q&A.
Marcus Cocorelli asks, do you have any hobbies?
No.
I like to masturbate.
Yes, I like going to movies.
I'm crying. Hobbies. Do you has any?
Watching Fargo.
Cross football and video games.
Oh, I swim and do speech. I am the president of my school speech and debate team. And I'm also the president of our film club. So that's cool.
Sup11125, this guy over here said, why is that Sam kid so Shreksy? I didn't know he was sexy.
I wonder who put that there.
I wonder who did that. This question's from XX SpiderMan XX. He has two questions. First one is for Peter and Sam. Has there ever been a point where Sean just lost his shit on set? Is he hard to work with?
You're not Christian Bale on Terminator
Salvation.
Salvation. I was about to say Genesis.
Yeah.
I think I lost my shit watching Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
No, we're pretty chill. We all acknowledge we're having fun. So it's more about getting it right so we can enjoy it.
Yeah, true. Perfect segue right there. Sean has said many times that he does not like Responsibility and Retribution, but we've never heard from you guys. How do you feel about those movies? Do you like them, or do you have the same opinion as Sean?
I will say Responsibility is a very cringy film, and I'll be real with you on that one. I do like some of the dialogue, and I like some of the ideas. Retribution, I don't get why you hate that. I understand.
I love Retribution.
I understand.
Hate it? No, I don't hate it.
Okay.
I like a lot of parts.
It's a lot very jumbled.
Right, no, there are really good scenes in there, but there are just other ones that are either unnecessary or just not well done.
I stand as the guy who played the Goblin. If we could go back, I would wish the Goblin would have gotten a lot more screen time.
And it's just
that disappointed
going
me a
through
little bit.
from now I'm kind of getting mentored, I guess you could say, and learning all these new things. It's just when I look back on it and I go through it and I see all the problems. It's hard for me to go back and watch either of those movies.
I didn't really like Responsibility. I thought it was bad. I don't know. It was there was only three of us. It was very unprofessional. And then I thought Retribution was a good movie. Yeah, there were some bad things about it, but otherwise I thought it was good.
When the stuff that we filmed, later in the process is the stuff I think is really good. The stuff that we filmed with the camera looks really good, and even some of the scenes on the phone that we did a little bit later in production.
A lot of the Sin Eater scenes.
All the Sin Eater things are. Sin Eater is my favorite part about that movie.
He was fun to bring alive.
Yeah. The Lonely Spider, he always asks really good questions. What were your initial reactions when Sean first talked about making fan films?
I thought, hey, cool. Can I be the villain? I thought it was fun. I liked doing it. I had a good time. We finished the first one. I liked doing it. I said, hey, if you're going to do a second one, I'm in.
No, but like, how was your first kind of... Because I remember the first day we were filming, it was really awkward. And you had never filmed with me for anything before. And it's kind of like, hey, let's do this.
Oh, also, and this is the thing you need to acknowledge, the first scene I ever shot for any of these things was I was in the shocker suit. And you can watch any of our countless Q&As or, like, behind the scenes, whatever. The shocker suit straight up sucks.
Especially back the first version of the armor, which was the red, it was really small.
Which was a bit tighter.
Yeah.
But, like, the shocker, everything about him, from the costume to the character to the voice, it just sucks. So I'm in this, like, really uncomfortable, like, suit with, like, a thing around my face. And, like, these over big gloves. You can't do anything with the shocker gloves. They're, like, really cumbersome. You can't pick things up.
They're gardening gloves.
And Sean's like, hey, I want you to fall on the ground a lot. And I went, okay.
I have a legitimate question. If you eat yourself, would you lose weight or gain weight?
You would technically die.
This question is from Superhero Inc. He actually asked a couple questions. The first one is, what is your favorite moment during filming?
When we went out to this abandoned kind of, like, warehouse place over yonder.
For
Punisher. And it was just kind of fun having a bunch of people in there. We had a blast filming.
It was good, actually, because that was, like, our first real kind of location outside of a neighborhood.
Or a garage.
Yes. Well, that's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And it was just a cool experience, and it was a cool experience working with some of the new actors. Honestly, I'm going to say that's my favorite, too. Yeah. It was a cool experience working with Roosevelt and Terrell for the first time. Actually, it's either the Punisher one or the Sin Eater one with Daredevil, the forest scene.
That was a lot of fun.
I love that.
That was a lot of fun,
and that was an actual location. What is your favorite part of the process of making a film? You guys have only involved in one, so I figured.
Filming. I mean, no. Yeah. I mean,
breathing,
doing it,
living. We all know yours. You said it all the time. He loves editing.
I love to edit, but now it's changed a little bit. It's editing, but I also like to just be able to direct people and
experience it.
Yes, there's not that many questions asked about us like I wanted, so we're just gonna move on to some vague answers for what's going on with the new movie.
Cool.
So this is another question from Superhero Inc. Will your new film be different from the Retribution series, like cinematography, actors, VFX, etc.? Yes, it's going to be a much smaller scale and shorter. Red Force 203 asks, is there going to be a new suit in the reboot? Yes. Speaking Bands says, will Miles Morales make an appearance? No, never. Webhead Studios asks, how old is Peter in the next film?
That's an awesome name. Webhead Studios.
Webhead Studios.
That's awesome.
17. David Sherwin asks, will you ever use Scarlet Spider again? Unfortunately, no, we will not.
Good.
Mountain Films asks 2 questions. Were the movies fun to make? Actually, this is kind of something we can all...
Yeah, the movies were fun to make. Mm-hmm. They were enjoyable. I liked doing them. I had a fun time, personally.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I feel like as it got more professional, it got more fun. Because,
we knew what was up.
Yeah, we knew we got more equipment, and it's just, we knew that we had the capability now to make something, like, pretty good. Have you written anything about the new movie? Yes. Marcus Cuccarelli asks, did you do anything illegal while filming the movies?
We went to an abandoned warehouse.
And vandalized it.
And broke holes in it with a hammer.
And put it on YouTube.
So
yeah. Last question from Coffee Films, ending off with another bang. What is your strategy for including other characters to establish a large universe? There is no strategy, I just kind of throw them in there. Not a good way to do it. So yeah!
I think the most important question we have to ask ourselves, and this is my question for the group.
Oh yes, the staple of all these Q&As is Peter has to ask a question at the end.
If you could introduce... Okay, so this is weird. If you could do one Spider-Man villain to make a movie about, that not like an introduction, kind of like a Venom thing, where it's solely about them, what Spider-Man villain would you make like a solo short film about?
Ooh, Mysterio.
Because my answer.
There's so many things that you can do with him, and he's never really been done right or really done. He's been in a couple fan films, but we haven't really seen like his full potential of how he could be.
I would pick Fred Myers, who is Boomerang, because Fred Myers is one of the most interesting Spider-Man villains ever. I would have said the Shocker, but we already did him poorly.
Cool. What about you?
I forgot what the question was.
What Spider-Man villain would you
yeah.
make?
I don't.
Which Spider-Man villain would you want to burp with?
The burp with?
That's what Peter just
Kingpin.
made the question into.
Kingpin.
Okay, but wait, what's the actual question?
What Spider-Man villain, if you could make a solo fan film about, what Spider-Man villain would you make a solo fan film about? And we can't be one we already used.
I wanted to say Sinister.
Achoo!
I wanted to say Sinister, but we already did.
Bless me.
Because
Yeah. That would be my second. So that has been the Buckeye Studios Q&A number 6.
We know where you
Yeah.
live.
Play me off, Paul.
Do you even know what that's from?
No, it's from the first Q&A.
Yeah, it is. Do you ever wonder how weird life would be if, like, our hands were on our feet? Like, monkeys have hands for feet, and like, we're watching all these monkeys move around. I'm thinking, how cool would we be? And like, instead of like shoes, you would just wear like gloves on your feet.
socks.
No, not socks. Socks are for feet, Sam. Gloves are for hands. Gloves are just hand socks.
Would you wear? Oh, so, but by implication, would you have feet on your hands?
No.
Oh.
You would just have 2 pairs of hands. And by pairs, I mean like these. Why do they call it a pair of pants if there's only one? There's only one. I'm wearing a pair of pants. No, I'm not. I'm wearing one singular set of pants. It's like, why would you do that? Just say I'm wearing. Like, what do you want?
What was the thought process of
No,
the person who came up
exactly.
with
And who? You know what else makes no sense? Who created oral sex? No, you laugh. No, I'm serious. Who says, like, I'm gonna put my dick in your mouth? No, like, think about that, because like.
that? Probably something that someone
sex.
did was like with
Vaginal
rape.
sex makes sense because you can see animals doing it and go, okay, that's how one reproduces. But someone's like, you know what? I think it'd be really hot if you sucked my dick. And they're like, what? But you can think about how weird that is. Think about the first hug, more importantly. Someone just went up to someone, put their arms around them, and someone's like, what are you doing? They're like, shh, this is a form of affection. It's like, no. Why? Who created this? Why is this a thing?
On the topic of like random stuff, Peter, tell us your story. Tell them your story about when you were in the bathroom and you heard people.
So
Yeah.
Our school is notorious for like vape and like some like weed and whatnot.
There's
Amazing.
signs for not vaping in my bathroom.
Oh, it's
Oh my
great. So anyway, I walk into the bathroom, and I go to the stall, and I'm there, and then these 2 guys are like outside, and one guy goes, yo, can I have some? The guy goes, no. He goes, I got this for me. And the other guy goes, no, man. He goes, can I have some? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, they're doing pills or drugs or weed or meth or something. And the guy goes, he goes, no, man. He goes, come on, just like a little bit. And the guy goes, no. He goes, I got this for me. I bought it for myself. And then the guy looks at me and goes, dude, why won't you share your chicken wings? I had to cover my mouth and just not laugh. And that's what we're ending out on.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My favorite part about this was this. We gotta make this. We just vent. We're gonna do live streams of us just talking.
Venting about random crap.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Dude.
See you guys later.
See you guys.